Elevate your hatching egg shipping business with Beyond the Egg. Discover the art of premium packaging, master the details of shipping, and create an unforgettable experience for your customers. Enhance your reputation, build lasting trust, and set your business apart as the gold standard. Visit BeyondTheEgg.com to begin your journey to excellence.
Welcome, poultry nerds. We have a special guest for you guys today. If you don't already follow him, you'll want to do after this. The infamous, the most popular Mr. Craig Hansen. I have been following you for years, and you actually helped me get started with Cochins. You probably don't remember, but you did.
Wow.
A long time ago. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's sunny and humid, so I'm staying inside. I cleaned all the waters today, and birds are fine with fans running. So
yeah,
I'm available for whatever time you need.
All right. Sounds good. Why don't you just tell everybody, and just in case they don't know who you are, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. My name's Craig Hansen. I have Bantam Cochins. I breed and exhibit them. And all of this started because they were my daughter's 4-H project. I got 3 daughters, and the oldest one showed cattle and hogs, and the next one had hedgehogs, and the last one had rabbits. And I had a pair of Brahmas, and time to decide what to show one year. And can I show those at the fair? And yeah. And a stray dog came through and killed them. Next thing you know, we're at the state fair looking at champion roe. And my daughter saw a black Cochin that was cunning. Later that year, I bought 2 pairs of black Cochins from Mark Peterson. Almost every bird I've got out there in black still carries that bloodline. I've made outcrosses, but it started way back in 2010. And every kid in 4-H, they age out. And she was done with 4-H. I decided that I was going to keep the birds, and they became my retirement project. I can thank my daughter, and I can thank Mark Peterson getting me started. I've got Cochins in black, Columbian, buff Columbian, silver laced, gold laced, silver penciled, and partridge. I got a couple of blues, but they're going away. They mess up my genetics. It's just it's a hobby. The way I do it, it's a hobby. Can't be anything more. And every morning I wake up way before my wife, so I sit down and write my thoughts on my Cochin page called Craig's Cochins. And it's a hobby. It keeps me busy, and met some of the nicest people in the world through this as well. A couple of jerks, but most of them are people nice.
I know that you go to several shows during the year, but you're willing to travel far to go to shows.
Once a year, I try to make. Last year, I went to the Cochin National out in New York, Jamie Matt's club show. It was a Cochin National. The farthest west I've traveled is Utah a couple times. First time during COVID, and the second time they were hosting a Cochin National out there. Yeah, I've put a few miles on, and probably 100,000. Oh, yes. And I don't travel quite as far as I used to because my travel partner moved to Indiana. It's all by myself now most of the time. This year, the farthest I've gone was Oklahoma City. I'm hoping to make Red Stick or Shawnee in December. But before that, the farthest one I probably will attend is Ohio National, which is 10-hour drive.
In Iowa, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in Iowa.
Of your varieties, which one is your favorite?
Silver laced.
Okay, why?
Partly the person that gave me my first one. Anna Mae Carlson met me in 2011 at Crossroads. She and John were there, and that fall I wasn't a member of any club back then. Eastern Iowa Poultry Association had the Cochin National 25 miles from my house.
Yeah. Wow.
I had Columbians, and I'd bred a Columbian to a black, and it turned out to be the best birchin of the show. And there were other exhibitors. And Anna Mae had a pretty nice cockbird in the sale area that didn't sell. When the show was over, she gave me birchin male I used for a while. And the next year, she gave me silver-laced pullet that kind of looked like a feather-legged Wyandotte. It was beautiful. I've got pictures of it someplace. And something about that bird, the contrast, black and white, and great personality. I've been working with them since 2012, and they've gotten a little better. I keep learning a little something every year.
And then the ones that give you the most trouble are which variety?
Define trouble. Because one of my favorite varieties is buff Columbian, but I've had fertility issues with those. The silver pencil laid 2 months later than everything else this year. It's hard to compare them with the other birds for type and other things as we're watching them grow. It's just, I don't know. There's no real trouble because I don't keep the real trouble, at least not for long. There's always somebody looking for a good bird, even with a bad personality. And I try to describe all my birds as grandkids safe because I got a 4-year-old grandson likes to come to the chicken house with me. And yeah, it's no fun bleeding just to walk through the chicken house. And that's birds don't stay.
No. And there's no reason to keep a mean bird. No. So one of the things that people probably ask you the most is you AI all of your birds, right?
Almost all of them, yes.
So can you explain to us why you chose to do that?
Because I can make individual matings and still have a pen of 6 hens together instead of single cage or flock mating. And it also keeps the feathers in good condition. I can breed and show the birds at the same time, where with Cochins being a soft feathered bird and fertility is awful if you don't. High quality show bird, if you don't either pluck or trim, fertility can be as low as 0. I remember the first year we hatched 30 some birds and we thought we knew how to breed. Well, little did I realize one was going into molt, one was coming out of molt, and we got lots of chicks. The next year I was probably 50 eggs and none fertile. And it opened my eyes to, if you want fertility, it's the only way I can raise quality birds and show the same birds at the same time.
We'll be right back.
Looking to rock some seriously comfy gear? If you love chickens and you're all about that fun style, then Chicken Box has got the perfect t-shirts for you. From quirky designs to classic looks, their shirts are as comfy as us chicken tenders deserve. They even have a subscription service so your coop doesn't get bored. Head over to PoultryNerdsPodcast.com and click on Chicken Box to get your comfy shirts and support the podcast.
And you're pretty open on how to do the AI. So if somebody is interested in that, they can just search your name in the AI on your page and find videos.
Sure.
You've done it several times, I know.
Done it shows. People ask me and it's sure. And I just go over and grab one of my boys and they can't believe it's 15, 20 seconds and it's done.
So you keep all of your girls in pens. Do you keep your boys like up in cages? Is that how you separate?
Often, yes.
Okay.
But I don't do anything all the time. Flexible, and I'm reading the current conditions and adjusting seasonally, because I only had 49 breeders. That's all I needed in all those varieties, because 2 males, 4 females, and I'm in pretty good shape.
And it's a hobby. You're enjoying it.
Absolute, but I still buy 1,200 pounds of feed, because while I only had 49 breeders, I probably had 300 chicks. And I donated 4 dozen eggs to Polk County 4-H. And all those were hatched in science classrooms in school system. And then they went to the county 4-H leader. I donated over 4 dozen chicks this year to 4-H kids in the area. Actually, some came up from Missouri, but 4-H is how I got started, even though I wasn't in 4-H.
Well,
Our Eastern Iowa Poultry Association puts on a seminar each year, just trying to teach the parents and the kids the same stuff about breeding, about how to wash a bird. We modified it a little, and we do it every year.
so hi, Carrie.
Good afternoon. How are y'all?
We're good. We're talking about the bird that took background was.
Couldn't imagine.
Yeah. All right. Well, Bill have to mute it so you're ready to say something. All right. So, Mr. Hansen, tell us when you're picking out a bird, like what are you looking at as far as type is concerned?
First thing I do is I'm looking for disqualifications before I even get, let me see. I'm picky, but with some of these varieties, they're project varieties. I might keep some for type and some for pattern, going closer on patterns, because Fox pretty much wiped me out. Columbians a few years back, Mike Sayer, Brian Helvey, me some birds, and down in Georgia sent me some eggs, and I've been trying to rebuild my Columbians back to where they used to be. They were pretty nice ones. So with those, I'm keeping the typiest females, and I kept an overmarked male because he had the best type. I got a few female, but all of them are overmarked. I'm going to keep a few of them anyway. It's easier to have too little pattern than too much on those. I really don't know how to answer that. I look at type. Blacks taught me type, because you can look at a bird and it's got a shape. Heads are the first thing I look at, but they're possibly much less important than making sure they've got a good keel, or what color, or short, strong wings instead of a C. Makes it almost look like a split wing, even though it's not.
So maybe it's a better question to ask, what won't you tolerate in your flock? What's the first things to go?
Side sprigs.
Okay.
And of course, they don't show up till you've fed them for 5 or 6 months. That's about the time the comb starts turning red. And they're really, we found a couple of them in my golden lace. Not proud of that, but I'm breeding away from, and I'm looking at the females anymore, because we're not breeding males with side sprigs. It makes me think that we're passing it on with the females, and I'm looking at the back end of the comb, and I'm trying to eliminate the birds with the fat back end of the comb, and not a side sprig, but it's not. It flares out a little, and we're talking minimal, but when I've got enough to go through, I set those aside, and I've had them win, but I don't like them.
Okay, I can see that. So we've got bad attitudes on the list and side sprigs. So those are DQs anyway. Do you have any trouble with skin color?
Which
Skin color? Foot color?
I really know because they probably on hens because once they start laying, foot color goes away. The male, if they got cracked corn, they'll either have yellow feet or they're genetically wrong. It's not what you hatch, it's what you keep. I don't know.
Sometimes you keep too many.
Keep too many?
Sometimes.
So that was interesting. I didn't know that the hens could lose their color when they start to lay.
Yes,
Is it
absolutely.
like a slate color?
It's like the yolk color. The more they lay, you can go from a bright yellow down to, you might just see a little on the shanks or something. They're not. And too much lime on the ground doesn't help either.
Does it change during the molt? Does it?
I honestly don't know because during mold, I leave them alone. I got enough of them in the mold. They just get to be natural. I don't know what. Answer.
So during the molt, you leave your birds alone. You don't handle them.
Say that again. I got poor hearing.
During the molt, you leave them alone. You don't handle them.
Not much. Just to check condition, but Cochins are so calm anyway. I think people are surprised when they see me walk in and just pick up a bird.
They are very calm.
So some I chase at night too.
Okay, the girls are calm. We'll go with that one.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So just to be clear, so you don't get inundated with messages, you don't sell or ship eggs and birds.
Almost never. I've sent eggs to other breeders, but that's not, and they've shipped them to me during COVID and during AI when we were concerned that one flock, if AI hit somebody's flock, we'd lose all the genetics. So I sent some eggs to Montana. They sent some to me. Only one egg hatched out of that. The best silver-laced cockerel I've ever had in the place till maybe this year. We've networked a little with trying to keep some of these rarer varieties quality and in the public eye. Because while I show 6 different varieties, or 7, only one's got a chance of winning, and that's my black. When I had blues 7, 8 years ago, I could win a show with those, and I did. I won the Iowa State Fair with those, but I didn't enjoy them. And winning, I don't even know what to do with trophies and plaques anymore. It's just, they're piled up.
Must be a good problem to have.
And I don't know. And I'm never going to get to any of the grant lifetime achievement things. I didn't start this young enough. I was in upper 50s when I did that. So, enjoying it. And some of the people that I've started, they were seniors in high school this year and well in their own states. And, not as protective of them. I try to make sure stuff goes to breeder exhibitors as much as possible. No, I never sell eggs. I think I had an auction one time and it went way beyond what I thought was reasonable. And I decided I wouldn't do that again. And especially when post office in California pretty well screwed them. Because I packed them as well as you could possibly pack them, and it was iffy.
It happens.
When AI hit, some of the state's borders closed to people who didn't have AI and certified flocks. And I just chose to not deal with any of that. wasn't something I wanted to deal with.
The varieties you're passionate about because you don't want them to die out, but your blacks are your favorite. Am I getting that correct?
Oh, blacks are my best. They're not my favorites.
They're okay. The silver penciled are your favorite.
No, silver laced are my favorites.
Okay.
And golden laced seem to catch more people's eyes, but they don't have as much type. And it's all, and once again, there's a variety that friends have helped me rebuild because it was either a mink or weasel wiped out the stuff 4 years ago. And that was the last thing killed in that building because a 4-H family over in the next county over came and got it. I had the Amish build a new shed. It's weather tight, and I haven't lost a bird in either one of my outbuildings yet. My main building is that's insulated, so I keep the water thawed in the winter. Care for them.
Yeah, it's practicality makes stuff more enjoyable too.
Pro feeders, auto waterers, just where a neighbor can come in and in 10 minutes, the birds get their basic stuff to keep them healthy until I come back. Yeah, it's all.
So when you're
Also can be-
selecting birds, are you pulling the ones you don't like out and getting rid of them, or are you pulling your favorites out to really
Both.
both?
Because there's some of those tweeners that are only 3 weeks behind. It's amazing how much, if you give them another 3 weeks, they can bloom with or when I had from January and I was done before the end of March. And while that tight window, the birds vary a lot, the size and condition finished throughout that group. So the most I can do is keep 2 weeks of hatch together.
That is a hard thing for me to do. I have Orpingtons now, and I hatch probably for 4 months different matings this year. And it is frustrating to go out there and you've got little ones and then you've got these bigger, more mature ones. And it's really hard to not force yourself not to compare the two sizes, age groups.
The only thing that happens with most of those is I keep feeding them until they prove they're not going to make it, whether it's failure to thrive or split wing or something that will make them not something you ever want to be known for letting somebody else have. I just keep feeding them. That's why I buy so much feed.
We're not going to talk about feed, how much feed we go through.
I'm doing it.
I've got a mill about 65 miles from me that lets me cut the middlemen out. It takes a little time, but it saves me some money.
Yeah, you're not going to get rich doing this, and it is a hobby.
I could maybe make money, but then I'd have to do it in a way that I wouldn't enjoy.
Is there anything else you would like people to know to keep them interested in Bantam Cochins or shows?
My page, Craig's Cochins, and I try to answer questions, and that's on Facebook. I don't have a website. I'm not trying to be commercial. I can sell everything that I think's worth selling without advertising, just some of the pet stuff. But I don't know. People don't understand how much money we have invested in our flocks. I know people, we ask us a lot sometimes. And I think I have close to $15 in every chick that I hatch. Whether it's feed bill, if we split the 3 buildings over that I built just for poultry over the number of birds, I'm too small to a whole lot of money on each bird that we hatch. Anytime I see a bird that I think could help my flock, I'll offer to buy it. And if they say yes, I pay what it costs. And if they say no, I'm okay with that too. I just hope they're going to breed it. If I can't,
No bidding.
send it. It's just, there's problems over the years have been predators. And the building in 2012, because of predators, going 2022 or 21, because of predators. The one last year, because the one I built before was half the size of the previous one, so another one for grow out. As I cut back varieties over the years, you get closer to this winding down of my hobby. I've been working with some of this stuff again. I enjoy, but it takes a lot of space.
Yes. This is a space hogging hobby.
Oh, yes. It takes a while just to move all the compost up, or that takes a good sized tractor to move it up.
Yeah. We have Mount Whitmore here.
I've never thought of it that way, but yes, that's kill it into the garden. You spread it on the pasture. You spread it on the hay crop. You can do little of everything. And it's not a big pasture, and it's not a whole lot of hay crop. But
And you're constantly cleaning. It's always dirty. Everything in the poultry house.
correct. And I do run a filter in the winter trying to keep the suspended particles out of the air because of asthma. So it's the best hobby for a man, but with asthma. But I love it. It gets me out of the chair multiple times a day, and we haven't bought an egg in years. Even Bantam Cochin eggs, they're not prolific. They lay for 4 or 5 years. They're really good when you keep them and breed them too well.
They are cute little things.
I like them. So anyway, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on and talking about them. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed hearing about them.
There's all sorts of pictures on my pages too. People can have. Just, you guys have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thank you for joining us this week. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you can receive new episodes right when they are released. And they're released every week. Feel free to email us at poultrynerds@gmail.com to share your thoughts about the show. Until next time, Poultry Pals, keep clucking, keep learning, and keep it exciting. This is Carrie signing off from Poultry Nerds. Feathers up, everyone.